Hi and welcome to this video. In the previous video, we have learned the basics of MatplotLib, and in this video we will see how to create basic visualizations using MatplotLib. So first of all, let's load the dataset, which is Big Mart sales data, and then drop any missing values with drop_na function. And this is how our dataset looks like. So the first kind of visualization that we are going to build is a line chart. We will build this line chart to denote mean price per item. The good thing about the plot function of MatplotLib is, by default, if you do not give any parameters, it builds a line chart. So let's run this code. And first of all, here we use the group by, and we group by item type, and then we find the mean price per item type. We generate X and Y here, and then we give the figure size, it's 14 by 8, and then we add the title, mean price for each item, and then we give a title for X label and Y label, and we choose the color and also marker for our chart, and this is how our visualization looks like at the end. Notice that for each item type, we can see what the mean price is. Now, there is a bit info about line chart. Line charts are usually preferred when you are working with time series data. So keep that in mind when you are going to use the line chart next. Think about using it when you have time series data. The next thing that I want to visualize is what the mean sales for each outlet type. And this is something that we can do using bar plot. So in order to create a bar chart, we just use the bar function of MatplotLib. plt.bar. And we do the same thing. We group the sales by outlet size using the entire dataset. Then we find the mean sales for each group. Then we sort the data according to the values of sales. We create X and Y, plot it, put the text and put the title. And if we run this, you will see that we have this amazing figure. Notice that small outlet size is actually doing more sales on average than high and medium size. The next thing that we are going to learn is how to build an histogram. So histograms are very common type of plots that are used to see distribution of variables. Suppose we want to see the distribution of the item price. We just create a histogram using plt.hist function here, and pass in the column on which you want to create the histogram, in this case it's price or item MRP, and give the number of bins, here 20, and the color of the histogram. And let's run this one. This is how your histogram looks like. So let's try to just decrease the number of bins. Instead of 20, let's type it here 10, and run this code. As you see now, we have ticker bins, and each bin is representing a range. And we can change to 50 and see how it looks like. So bins are essentially can be increased or decreased if you want to have more granular level inspection of your distribution. So when I have bins equal to 50, I'm able to see at a more granular level how things are changing. The next thing that I want to do is creating a box plot using MatplotLib. And box plot is something that's used a lot when you want to understand the distribution of a numerical value. So let's see the distribution of sales. In order to create a box plot, we are using the box plot function of plt. And let's run this one. So notice this box plot is able to tell us things like how many outliers are there in the data. These are the outliers. And what is the interquartile range, what is the median, the orange one is median, and so on. You can create multiple box plots for different columns of your dataset. Let me show you one example. Let's run this piece of code. Here we have two box plots. One is for item weight and one is for item MRP. Now, when you talk about box plots, another visualization that comes to my mind is violin plots. So violin plots essentially is an extension over box plots. Let's see what a violin plot is. Let's run this piece of code. And this is violin plot. So these are very similar to box plots, but they also let you feel the distribution of the data at each point. And you can build a violin plot using the violin plot function of MatplotLib. Now, scatter plots are very useful when you want to see the relation between two variables like item weight and item visibility. Let's see. Notice that you can build a scatter plot using the scatter function of MatplotLib. When you come to the scatter plots, the next advanced thing in scatter plots is bubble plots. Now the amazing thing about bubble plots is you can use bubble plots to build visualization that you have 3 variables. Let me show you what is happening. Let's run this piece of code. So we have 3 variables here. First, we are plotting the relationship between item outlet sales and item MRP. And the third thing is the size of the bubble. And size of the bubble shows item visibility. Now each bubble has given the size that's equal to the item visibility of that bubble. And we obviously here multiply by 1000 because the item visibility values are very small. But the point is you are encoding 3 different variables information in a single visualization. So you are able to see the bigger circles represent items that are more visible. And also a lot of bigger circles are in the center area. They are not upper right column. That means a lot of bigger circles have medium level of sales. Similarly, you can see a clear pattern between the item MRP, which is the price, and the item outlet sales. Those items which have a low MRP or low price, they also have low sales. Now this can be just because of the fact that low MRP items, even if sold in large quantities, brings you overall sale amounts which is low. But the point is using things like bubble plot, you're able to do a lot of complex hypothesis testing in your visualization itself. So this was building data visualization with MatplotLib. Let's go to the next video. In the next video, we will understand how to do data visualization using another library, that is Seaborn. And the best thing about Seaborn is it lets you do all of this and much more with just fewer lines of code. Thank you for watching this video.